You don't need more willpower. You need a system. And if you've ever found yourself stuck between knowing what you want and not doing it, you're not broken, you're in the gap. And I see it regularly in therapy. People who are thoughtful, capable, sincere, and still stuck. Not because they're lazy, not because they're weak, but because they've been taught that change is a matter of willpower, when in reality, it's architecture. I'm Jordan Travers, a licensed psychotherapist, and today I want to show you why readiness isn't something you wait for. It's something that you build, one small piece at a time. So if it's not willpower, if it's not laziness, then what is it that's standing in your way? It's this invisible space between what we intend to do and what we actually do. That's where most change goes quietly to die. You say, I'll wake up early tomorrow. You genuinely mean it, but the morning comes and nothing happens. That mysterious space between plan and execution. That's the intention behavior gap, or the intention action gap. And it's been studied for decades. It explains why most people don't change even when they desperately want to. Dr. Mark Ferries explains it in his 2016 paper that over 50% of well-intentioned goals never get acted on. Not because people are careless, but because the bridge between thought and action is broken. So if you're stuck in patterns you thought you were ready to outgrow, it doesn't mean that you're unmotivated. It means you've been trying to walk across that broken bridge without knowing it. And here's the twist. The thing you keep calling not ready yet, it's not a lack of emotional maturity. It's not a sign to wait. It's a sign that your system, the bridge, is missing pieces. Because readiness, it isn't a feeling, it's a system. Readiness isn't a surge of inspiration. It's not waiting for a sign or the perfect headspace or a version of yourself who finally feels enough. It's scaffolding, it's architecture. It's the quiet, repeatable structure beneath every sustained transformation. And without this system, even the most sincere commitment fades under stress. According to the research, behavior change relies on 5 key ingredients. The first, motivation. But not just any motivation, it's the right kind that matters. Surface level motivation burns fast. The I should work out, I have to wake up early, I need to be more disciplined. These are borrowed goals. They often come from guilt, shame, or pressure, and they collapse the minute life gets hard. But intrinsic motivation, the kind that springs from your values, it's stickier and it lasts. I want to move my body because I want to live long enough to see my daughter graduate. I'm waking up early because quiet mornings give me peace. I'm saving money because freedom matters to me more than status. Research shows that people are more likely to stay consistent when their goals are connected to their personal identity. Not who they think they should be, but who they already are deep down. Number 2, trigger. Even with strong motivation, we don't act unless something nudges us into motion. That nudge, a cue or signal, is the barrier arm between intention and behavior. Without it, we drift. A trigger can be environmental, a running shoe placed by the door, a water bottle on your desk, a sticky note on your mirror that says, pause before reacting. Or it can be temporal. Brushing your teeth becomes the cue to floss. Pouring your morning coffee triggers 10 deep breaths. Finishing work cues you to walk and not scroll on your phone. Without a trigger, even the best intentions get swallowed by distractions. It's like getting all dressed up, but forgetting where you're going to go. Number 3, response. This is the action itself. But here's the trap. If the action feels too big, we freeze. I'll start once I have more time. I need to research the perfect method first. I have to wait until I feel ready. Our nervous system sees complexity as danger, so we delay. But the solution is smallness, tiny frictionless steps. Don't start with write a book. Start with open a document. And don't start with sign up for a 5K. Start with put on my shoes. When action feels safe and doable, the brain says yes, and the body follows. The 4th, capacity. You may want to change, but do you have the bandwidth? We often blame ourselves for laziness when what we're really facing is depletion. Sleep debt, emotional burnout, decision fatigue, unprocessed grief. It's like trying to charge your phone when the outlet is fried. No matter how badly you want 100%, you stay stuck on red. Capacity is your hidden infrastructure. When it's low, focus on restoration and not optimization. Sometimes the bravest habit is rest. And fifth, process. Change doesn't happen in lightning bolts, it happens in loops. You brush your teeth not because it's exciting, but because it's a habit. You reply to messages not because you're inspired, but because you've built the muscle of follow through. Process means rituals and not resolutions. A playlist you press every time you write. A walk you take every time you feel overwhelmed. The same breakfast that sets your day in motion. It's not sexy. It's not dramatic, but it's repeatable, and that's what wins. Not perfection, but repetition. Not motivation, but motion. Because in the end, it's not about having more willpower. It's about building a world where your next step is already waiting for you. However, does the story end there? Can creating a new system close the intention-action gaps fully? The answer is no. For the new system to take root, an old system needs to be weeded out. Perfectionism. Before we get into how you can tackle your perfectionism, please drop us a like and subscribe to our channel. We love to hear from you. In 2023, researchers asked 93 university students to take on a task designed to make them fail. Not once, but twice. The challenge? Solve complex anagrams under intense time pressure. The catch? Many of the puzzles couldn't actually be solved. After each round, students got cold, critical feedback. Not encouraging, not constructive, just blunt disappointment, delivered like a verdict. It wasn't random. It was meant to mimic something real. The perfectionist's inner voice, that harsh tone we turn on ourselves even after the smallest misstep. You should have done better. Why can't you ever get it right? After the first failure, students pushed through, but after the second, they began to fold. Anxiety surged, motivation collapsed, and anger rose. Not because they weren't capable, but because the failure didn't just feel hard, it felt personal. They weren't thinking that was a tough task. They were thinking, I must not be good enough. And that shift, that subtle shame, builds the hesitation. Perfectionism creeps in. You say you're waiting for the right time, but really you're waiting to feel invincible, to be sure that you won't fail again. And so you plan, you revise, you tinker. The project grows, but the start line doesn't move. To move forward, you don't need to be fearless. You need to expect friction. You need to expect the voice of doubt and keep going anyway, because failure isn't the end. It's just a data point. It tells you what didn't work, not who you are. That's how the intention-action gap closes. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.